I am so excited to introduce to you one of my very own daughters, Julia. Can you say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Well, Julia is very, very special to me, not only because she's my daughter, but Julia, you have a very loving and kind heart.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, Julia was in my tummy when I found out that your daddy had cancer. And it was very hard for Mommy because I knew you were inside my belly and I didn't want you to experience any of the emotion or hardship that I was going through. And then when you came into the world, Daddy Brian had already had his surgery, and I was so excited when I saw you were a little girl and you had that little mark on your belly that I was like, God had to put one extra special kiss on you before he let you come out into the world. And we thought your daddy Brian was all better and that he was not going to have cancer. And when you were 3 weeks old, I took you with me and my little baby Bjorn. It's like a baby carrier. And we created a whole makeup line together. Do you know that? At 3 weeks old? Yes. And we had a wonderful beginning. And we were in Minnesota launching the makeup line at a huge makeup party. And a couple days later, guess what?
What?
I got a call from your daddy in China, and he was in a lot of pain, and he was stuck in bed in a factory in the middle of China. And he ended up flying home. One of our dear friends, which I love you guys, you know who you are, that flew your daddy home in business class so that he could lay down on the way home. And we found out that Daddy Brian didn't have long to live. And that was really hard. And I remember when the doctor called us and he said, or she said, excuse me, that you don't have much time to live. I had you in my arms and I remember holding on to you. And Julia, you gave Mommy strength. And I prayed to God that you would make it to your very first birthday and that you would take your very first steps before your daddy passed.
I remember that when you told me.
You do. And you know what's so special, Julia?
What?
There's a couple things I want to share with you, and I'd love for you to hear as well, is that your daddy Brian said to me when I said, Daddy, why are you fighting so hard? Just go. My heart aches watching you be in so much pain. And you know what he said, Julia?
What?
He said, how could I ever stop fighting for my girls? Which meant you. That your daddy, Brian, fought for you to live. And so I just think it's so special how loved you were by him. And so you were probably like 14 months, 15 months old. I can't remember to do the math. And you weren't even close to walking. And I was like, Lord, how is this going to happen? Her daddy's not doing very well. And so your daddy was in a hospital bed at Grandma Borg's. And we recorded you. And guess what?
What?
While we recorded you, you took your very first steps. And I was able, because your daddy Brian was paralyzed, and I took that recording and I showed it to him, and he couldn't talk at that time. And I said, Daddy, are you proud of her? And I said, if you are, blink like this. And he went like this, and a tear came down his eyes. Because he's so proud of his girl, and he loves you so much. And so our little saying that we say is that whenever we see butterflies, it's like Daddy Brian's watching out for us, right? Yeah. Do you want to share with maybe someone out there that has lost a parent? Because it's hard, isn't it, when you lose someone that you love?
Like I have a friend named Peyton and her mom like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. What happened to her mommy?
She had cancer as well.
Yeah. And what happened to her mommy?
She died.
She died. That's hard, isn't it? But you can now relate to Peyton, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bring comfort to her. How do you find comfort, Julia, when your heart hurts and you miss your daddy?
I just try not to focus on it and focus on what I have and what I really have.
Yeah. Like all the blessings that you have?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's beautiful because that is it. Because if we just think about what we don't have, and that applies to adults as well, that if you focus on all that's wrong or that, what you're missing in your life, you can miss out on the biggest blessings, right? That's a very good thing. Do you have anything else you'd like to share about that?
No.
No? Well, I think we'll just leave that with you as far as just focusing on what God has done in your life. And if maybe you've lost someone dear to you, like Julie and I have, and your heart might be hurting, and you love that person ever so much. And I know for us is that we don't want Daddy Brian to be forgotten, do we? Yeah. We never will. Because he's near and dear to our hearts always. And he's always in you and part of you, right? And just like your son or daughter, or maybe a father or mother, a niece or a nephew, whoever it may be, is always with you. And more importantly, Christ is with you. And he hears your heart's cry. If you're having a moment, maybe you're shedding a few tears, we want you to know that God loves you so much. And that just like Julia, you are one of the biggest blessings to me. I am so thankful to God that he brought you into my life. That the person that you are missing, I know has greatly blessed your life. Think on those things versus the pain and sorrow that comes along with death. We love you, right, Julia?
Yes.
Yes. God bless you.